Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lil Wayne, and today we are back with a special one because today I'm kind of finishing up my Carter vinyl series. Now what I exactly mean by that is I've been trying to get the Carter vinyl collection together a little bit. I wanted to have, obviously the Carter series is quite renowned in hip hop, and I've been wanting to get the entire series, and it's been quite challenging up until this point. So up until today, I've had the Carter 5, the Carter 3, and also this piece of shit. And unfortunately, 1, 2, and 4, they've just been kind of hard to get, and if you've ever wanted a chance of getting them, I think they came out in they were for certain record store days, and they were quite hard to get. Or at least they're hard to find now, because they cost a little bit of dollar. However, I have a package here today with hopefully 3 records in here that are gonna help me complete this collection. But before we do get into the box, I do just want to say, if you love hip hop, if you love vinyl collecting, you're in the right place. I'm Lil Wayne, and this is my channel. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so if you could help and press that subscribe button to help us hit that goal, hopefully by the end of the year, that'd be great. It's never too late until it's too late, so we never know. If we could hit it by the end of the year, we'll see. But for now, let's get into unboxing these records. So basically what ended up happening was Lil Wayne, weirdly in the sort of lead up to the Carter 6, basically did a drop where he did a few repressings for the Carter series, and they sold out quite quick, and they were just regular pressings, right? I can just have a look on the side of them. They've got them all there for me. It's lovely to see. And it's also good to know this is the right package and I'm making the right video right now. But basically, a little bit after that drop and after the Carter 6 had come out, just out of nowhere, and I don't really know why it was done, but just a bit after the Carter 6 came out, they just sort of dropped these records that, from what I saw online, looked really cool. And comparing it to the aforementioned piece of shit, which is this, it could have been a way for them to they look quite good. And after that mess, I'm kind of wondering, well, was this something they did to almost apologize and make some good records? But no, that's clearly not the case. It's just another marketing tactic that they've done to basically make people go, oh, remember the old good Carter series? Go buy them, please, and do it twice if you paid for the ones that already had a repressing. Not like those ones actually shipped to the UK, but luckily, these ones, they did. And within this drop, I was able to get the Carter 1, the Carter 2, and the Carter 4. Now, basically, the sort of gimmick they did around these is they're not normal repressings. They are actually various splatter version discs, or very nice pressing discs. Basically, different color pressings. And they did it for every single Carter. And the 2 that I'm missing out of this drop is the Carter 3 and the Carter 5, because I've already got them, and not gonna lie, as much as I would have liked to pick all of them up and have a look through every single one, I am trying to be a bit more sensible when it comes to buying records, and at the end of the day, I just wanted to fill out my Lil Wayne collection. I am actually really excited to see how all of these look, but we will start out in chronological order, and we will look at the Carter 1 first. Now, I will be completely honest with you guys. I feel like I'm still quite new to the Carter series in terms of my listening to it. I want to when it comes to me and records, and particularly going back in time and looking through history of the albums that have come out, I like to stick with them a little bit and just kind of listen to them a few times over, go kind of take a break and then go back and forth between them in terms of rotating them through my mix. So when it comes to the Carter 1, it's not actually one that I'm actually super familiar with. I have listened to it 2 or 3 times, but I'm still kind of trying to connect the dots in terms of the songs I enjoy off of it. I think off the top of my head, the ones that I really do like is actually On My Own, Get Down, Cash Money Millionaires is quite a good one, and of course Go DJ. Obviously you've got the iconic cover of him on the front of it, and then on the back you do, it's kind of just put all the credits there for you, so I don't think there'll be an insert in this one, but it's still a great one to have. And when you go through it, you can just hear how young Lil Wayne is on it, and just how insane he's going. But one of the special things about these pressings should be, oh my god, that looks really sick just from that little sneak preview. I kind of forgot how the first one looked, but the way they've kind of done the pressings is to actually kind of match the covers in some way. Ooh, oh my god, that is gorgeous. Look at that. And then on the back it almost looks like blood red there, but yeah, that's pretty sick. I mean, if I hold it that way, I don't know if anyone else is seeing this, but does that remind you of sort of Batman in some way? I don't know how to describe it, but just the way that sort of like white splatter is. Gives me that kind of vibe, I don't know why, but that is amazing little pressing right there. If I hold it sort of up to the cover, like, yeah, sure, it's not like that type of red, but particularly if like I hold it like this side, I think it sort of like fits a bit more in terms of like how it looks. But this is still quite an insane pressing, so that is a really good one. We'll take a look at the other pressing bit, which if we pull out, we'll then see where we've got that sort of side. Very similar to the first one, but a little bit more of the darker red seeping through it. And then seemingly this is how they've done it, where it's like one side's lighter than the other, but then you've got like this darker, almost like spiraling down sort of pressing going here, which is really sick. So already that sort of shows you how crazy these pressings are. And yeah, I'm really impressed with that. And I think the Carter one needs a little bit more love from me, so it's definitely probably going to be the one that I'm sort of like going through and listening to a lot more, because I think there's a lot I haven't appreciated enough about this album. But moving on to the Carter 2, which is actually probably the one that I've gone back to the most to sort of like re-listen to recently, and I really enjoyed the Carter 2. It's probably the one I've kind of like connected with the most when I've gone back in the series. I mean, when I say go back in the series, by the way, I've kind of listened to mainly like the Carter 3, the Carter 5, and then obviously I've recently listened to the Carter 6, which is unfortunate for any ears to hear. But particularly 1, 2, and 4, those are the sort of Lil Wayne Carter series that I've had to go back to kind of like re-listen to. But the Carter 2 is really the one that I've really messed with quite a lot, and obviously here's the front cover of it. So this is quite an iconic cover in my opinion as well, and with the Carter 2 especially, it's like you can feel it's a sequel that just like really strongly like follows on from the first one, and there's the back of it too, and it's just like a really sick project. Like I even love the way this project sort of just starts with the mob, and just like how it starts in, and just like kind of just like it almost feels like he was just like sort of showcasing his abilities in the first one, and then the second one he's standing on business, and just like it's a great entrance to an album, especially a sequel to a previous project. So that's a great one to see. And if we take a look at this, we then have a beautiful sort of like white slash clear white pressing with a black splatter on it, which is just like, again, it perfectly matches the vibe of it. There's the first side, there's the other side, and then if we take a little bit of a comparison, you can then see the way it sort of matches in with it, and that's just like really cool. I'm really loving the sort of like attention to detail on the pressings to these in terms of making them match the covers. And I'm not gonna lie, again, I'm glad I didn't go full out and like buy 2 extra records that I don't need because I've already got them. But based on how these are sort of going currently and the way those records sort of looked and the pressings they had, it kind of makes me wish I could have grabbed them just for the pressings, because they are really sick pressings. I don't imagine we'll see any like crazy difference on the second one, but okay. I was gonna say I didn't think it would be that crazy, but it's actually seemingly crazier, because it's almost like I don't even know how to describe this one. This is like someone just like dropped all the ink all over it. Like you've barely got any like white space on this, but just enough to like see the effect. So actually this is, I'm almost didn't like pull this one out, but that's actually quite an insane version of this splat pressing, so that's sick. I'm not gonna lie, this project is probably my favorite. Like it's been the one where I've gone back to it the most to sort of like re-listen to and like get familiarized with, but it's the one I have the most like enjoyment out of just like replaying. Like particularly on this side one, you have the mob, Fly In, Money on My Mind, Fireman, and Mo Fire. And it's probably my favorite side on this entire project, and I think it's basically a flawless side in all honesty. I'll probably get quite a few replays out of this one, because honestly I really do love the Carter 2, and it honestly might be my favorite one to just go back and listen to out of all of them. And then finally we have the Carter 4, which is also going to be the first gatefold that we have. Now when it came to like before any of these like repressings were a thing, I was actually probably going to look to get the Carter 4 the most, just because I was like the most interested in it, probably the most familiar out of like all the 3 albums I was missing. And particularly, I'm not sure if I'd go as far to say it's like my favorite, like within those like conversations of favorite songs of all time, but Mirror featuring Bruno Mars is honestly a really top tier song, at least when it comes to Lil Wayne's discography, and I really like it. So I mean, just even for that song, it was just worth getting this project, and it's a really good one to go through and listen to. I mean, I don't know why, I was really thrown off when I went back and listened to this, and then just Tech 9 just appeared out of nowhere. I mean, it makes sense in terms of like rappers and just like talented people, but I don't know why. I just never expected to hear Tech 9 on a Lil Wayne beat, and it kind of worked, but that was just like a random little one that just kind of like threw me off a little bit. But if we open this one up, you then have a bunch of like blurry sort of like moving Lil Waynes, which is quite a cool little effect. And honestly, as a gatefold, I do quite like it. I love the sort of like red and sort of like grey contrasting against each other. Really nice gatefold there. But let us have a little bit of a gander at this one, which the pressing should be a lovely turquoise blue with like this sort of like smoke effect in the middle. That is actually really nice. I don't get how we have gone from this to then suddenly all of these amazing pressings. It is genuinely incredible to see that they've done this, and I don't know how they've done it. It's actually baffled me how good these look. So this is the first pressing for the Carter 4, and if we take a look at the second one, very similar, but still nonetheless really cool. I genuinely am really impressed with all of these pressings so far. I'm really happy with them. And that's the Carter 4, meaning I've gone through all the new records I've got from Lil Wayne and his whole new batch of repressings, and these do genuinely make me wish, if I had a little bit extra dosh, I'd actually been able to go out and get the other two, because they actually look quite good. I think the Carter 3, obviously it's got the red and black going on. I think they kind of did a bit of a starry thing with it. I could be confusing it with the Carter 5, but either way, both pressings, they looked really cool. But I'm still really glad with all three pressings that I've got today on, like, these are so cool. And it makes me really happy that I can now say that I've got basically the entire Carter series. And if we take a little look through, we can see that we've got the Carter 1, the Carter 2, the Carter 3, which is obviously iconic by itself. I think everyone already knows how good this album is. Then the Carter 4, which honestly, I actually really like the pressing of this one. And finally, the Carter 5. There is no other one that follows this, but I've got to say very quickly, the Carter 5 honestly might be one of my favorites in terms of like the Carter series. Like, I know that's going to be a very unpopular opinion and people don't like it, but I like it, genuinely. I think it could be a bit biased because it was like the first Carter project that was actually, I was kind of around for like listening to. I wasn't really into like hip hop until like 2017, so I was actually kind of like able to stick around for this one, and probably helped because I didn't really have the nostalgia factor when it came to the previous albums. But I really think this is an underrated project of the Carter series. So yeah, this is a really sick one. I think, yeah, no, it is just like a regular black pressing, but that's still pretty sick. And I've got to say, out of all the Carter ones at the very least, and even just in my collection, this might be my favorite gatefold. I don't know what it is, but something about this just goes so hard. So yeah, that is really sick. And then obviously after the Carter 5, there was nothing left. Yeah, so I've got the entire Carter series now. I'm very happy with it. I could, if I really wanted to, say that, you know what, I'll go out and I'll like, if I ever find them, like sure, if I ever find them for a good price, I will pick them up. But I think with like this collection of the Carter series, I'm pretty happy to just like sort of like call it a day with that and say that I now have them all on vinyl, and I'm more than happy with that. So yeah, that has been a little bit of an impromptu Lil Wayne vinyl collection in a way, and also unboxing 3 of the new repressings that they released, and I'm very happy with it. I think probably my favorites, I think it's either between this pressing for the Carter 1 or the pressing for the Carter 4. I think those might be my favorites in terms of pressing, but I think out of my favorites in terms of the series, I think number 2 might be probably a contender for it, genuinely. So let me know, what did you think of these new pressings? Were you able to snag one yourself? What do you think of them? Do you like the new pressings? I'm genuinely interested to know. And also be sure to let me know which Carter project is your favorite to just listen to, because I think it's a massive debate you can have. So let me know on that in the comments. And for now guys, I've been Lil Wayne. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Don't forget, we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, it's never too late until it's too late. And now it's a bit late because this video is now over. Goodbye.